So I'll be showing you how to create this React portfolio step by step. So we shall be breaking it down into components, creating the hero section first, the project section, and the about me section, then the blog section, plus the footer. This is meant to be responsive. That means it's accessible on all devices, mobile phones, and large screens. So we won't be using any dependencies for now, and you can check out the repo that I've linked in the description to see the CSS, because I'll be focusing so much on the React part of it and not the CSS. So to get started, I'll open up my folder where I want to create my app, and then open up the terminal. Then press npm create React app and then portfolio. So this may take a while to install, but I'll rush it to the end. So in the projects folder, I now have a portfolio folder. So I'll move into that folder and then open up my app in VS Code. So in VS Code, we get these files. We have the node modules files, the public, the SRC, and the different files that we shall work with. So if I'm to run this, let's see if it's working. That's with npm install, npm start. So this works. We get the default build that React comes with or ships with. So I'll make some small changes, starting from the public folder. In the index.js file, I'd like to have my name as the title. And maybe remove the files that I won't be needing. So I won't need this. I can delete that, and I can delete this too. Then I'll paste in the images I'll be using. So I'll paste in the icon I'll be using. That's still in the public folder. And switch from this to my icon's name, which is icon.png. And over here, icon.png still. And that has changed. So let's get to work on this here. Maybe even before that, I would paste in the different images I'll be using. So I'll move to the SRC folder and create a folder called images or img, and paste in the images I'll be using. And so after that, the images will be in the SRC file, in the image folder. So after that, I'll remove the files that I won't be using. And then in the index.css file, I'll paste in the code for our styles. That's because I won't be writing all the styles today, but you can find this file in the project and the full project on GitHub in the link that I've provided in the description. So these are the different classes that we shall be using, plus the media queries for the responsiveness. So to get started, I would like to break down this portfolio into sections that I'll call components, where I would have the nav component and the hero component, then the profile, about, and the footer. So in the SRC folder, I would create the components folder. And then create the different components that I'll be having in my portfolio. Then since I have the React snippets, extension installed in my VS Code, I'll be able to move into all these files and do the RFCE, and this would create for me a functional component with the name of the file that I'm moving to. So I'll do this for all the files in the hero, projects, about, and footer. Then the next step would be creating an index.js file in the components folder, and this will help me export everything from the components folder easily. So I would import everything and re-export them. From here, I would move to my app.js file. Let me clean this up a little bit. So in the app.js file, I would import the files that I've created in my components. In this case, I get rid of this default code, then import the different files. Now if we check in the browser, we get to see that we have the strings that we got to render in the different components, and they're in the order that we have arranged them from the nav bar to the footer. I'll go ahead and start working on these different components, starting with the nav bar. If I'm to open up the nav bar here, maybe create a little bit of more space. So my nav bar would have my name and then the different menu items that you would click on. So I'll be using the classes and IDs that I've defined in the index.css file, and this would implement the changes. So I already have a class, I already have a style for the nav and a style for the blending. So that's branch. Nav component. So what I've done is I've used the use state, and this would help me on the mobile version to see if someone wants clicked on the menu or not. And I've to avoid using the link or the React Router DOM package, I've decided to use the anchor tags directly, and that's it for the nav bar. That's it. And if we check on the mobile part of it, yes, it is still responsive, and we got this all. So let's move to the hero section. So my hero section would still be the same color as the background, and then text on the right, on the left, and then an image of me on the left, on the right. Let me do that. So the first thing I'd like is import the image I would use. And this is it right here. So that's it for the hero section. I'm able to use the section, give it an ID of hero, and then a class of hero. This is the same as the classes that I have used in my index.css file. And then give them a display of flex, and then two different columns. So once you check it out, this is it, and it is still responsive. That's with the media queries. So next, let's work on our projects section. So I would move to the projects section. And as usual, the first thing that I would like to do is import the different images that I would need. So I need the images of places I've worked, and then on the projects that I've worked on. So go ahead and import, so I can read them from here. So that's it with the projects, the projects section, and as you can see, it's still there, and because of the CSS that I already wrote, it's already responsive. So let's move to the about me section. For that, I would move in the about component. So in the about, I'm also using one image, so that's an image still of me, and I think this is the one. So I'll import it here. So that's it. Let's move to the testimonial.js. But before we move to the testimonial, I would like to ask you to take this second and please like the video or subscribe to the channel. That would help me out. So with the testimonial, I'm just having a small section with someone saying something little about me. So I would import an image here, the same way that we have been doing it. So that's it for the portfolio website. So you can get to see that we have the different sections. And if you have watched up to this point, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Maybe check out my channel, because I make more videos about React and web development in general. Thank you.